in trouble in one state, they give me 5 years.
You move to another one.
Then I get in trouble in another state, they give me 5 years.
Damn.
So after 20 years, I had submitted. I understood because they wasn't playing. They wasn't playing. And I got in trouble with Puffy in 1998. Because
what happened with that situation?
I had robbed Puffy. And
really, TK?
Yeah, I told you I was crazy. And the judge Margaret at that time, she wasn't playing.
Stadium in Kansas City.
She didn't care about Puffy.
It's week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
She wasn't playing. Because you look at somebody's record.
Right.
She's saying like I should have been locked up years ago.
Right.
How did it get to me? That means somebody wasn't doing their job. That's how she felt.
She gonna make sure she do what
She gonna do her job. And I could tell she was not playing. So I finessed her.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
And
this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
So I was supposed to have a surrender date because I still had money. I was just doing dumb stuff, right? I was rich, but I was doing stupid stuff. So basically what I see now,
this defense for the Chiefs very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Not to have to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot almost every snap. If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
On second down, here's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 54 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
You gotta go through it. Like I said, the universe, what am I saying? Yeah. The universe
back to throw here, Herbert. Got an open man, it's Josh Palmer. Fights through and now
that's what you learn. You got
he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
When you're younger,
good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on his first possession of the game.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down to about the 32. You talk about this Chiefs defense against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked, number 30 in the league right now.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards, the final tally.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. And he's got it. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
Takes like a whole day to get out.
Now a handoff for the middle. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Everybody's looking like they're talking about him, but he's right
here. On the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Back to Kansas for a while. And I wound up getting ready to take a plea deal because
time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
He's off to a fantastic start to the season. Already 8 touchdown passes in just his first 2 weeks of the year. Now, I don't think that's a pace he's going to be able to sustain, but at the very least, he's got this offense humming here to start things out.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
From the 29, here's the 2nd and 5.
I said because this judge don't play. And I said, you got me at 9.
Here's Pacheco once again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 31.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team.
What up, man?
Defensive tackles. Because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when you can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
She sent me to Norway State Prison. In Jersey.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Sorry, Rikers Island. So I'm there for 30 days because I took my deal off the table. And I took a deal I was going to do 46.
And they'll let their fullback try to push the pile.
Good job, good job.
The Chiefs' first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. The Chiefs at 2-0 here to begin the season. They're coming feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Escaping the pressure right. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 5. And a 2nd down.
Smart. I said, tell them to get me out of here. We can talk about it. So they don't take me out of the gym. They take me from right.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the COs know me. And they see the FBI. And they're like, yo, wow, this people here. Look at the FBI checks. So this look crazy.
Straight, it's Pacheco.
What?
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
It's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
Eluding the pressure right. He's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now you got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Working the middle of the field, he's got a man complete. And he will have the Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
No, California after that. But by the time this last one, I got the last 5 years probation.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to find his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
But I'm paying their way through the ride before Uber Eats was out.
And now a fake on a jet sweep, but instead they'll give it to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just playing on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was, and making sure they didn't get there.
San Bernardino Park, picking up trash, And I'm still famous.
Right.
People still want to take a picture. So I got the yellow jacket on and the tweezer thing. Taking pictures of people.
The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy, and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
I fought my whole life to get it. Because I knew what it tasted like. I knew what it felt like. And I was going to let nothing else
right back to their fullback.
stand in my way.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Any man or woman can have is that peace of mind. And once I achieved it, I made a promise to myself.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And really a nice job there to make something out of that run. Sidestepping defenders for a pickup of 4. Now a 2nd and 6.
Down 14 times. How is he in G-Pop?
He's trying to be something that he's not. Some guys think they tough, and
No, that's a whole different animal, man. That's a different world here. That's a jump. That's a Serengeti.
And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
some of those guys,
They definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
discriminate, right?
1st and
Somebody
goal
don't like
and a
people they
chance to
see
get
on.
that initial touchdown right
Somebody
back.
don't like me.
The slot
Right?
man in
Never
motion
been
right.
someone I like.
Now fake on a jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
That's what
They have that
happens when
look
you
about
gotta
them
do
right
things
now
in life to protect
that says,
you.
if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They were held out last time. Here now is 3rd and goal from the 1.
So what I did was, I rose. The crows, I left behind. So I don't put
Now
myself in
Mahomes
situations.
to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by Butker is on target. And we are tied at 7.
So there's people there.
So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
This is the original.
The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
Getting in trouble. Like, look, if you look at you in there, like, yeah, you got stuff here. I can tell right now, this ain't
I
place
like
for
where
you.
this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has a little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So all these kids out here shooting.
Here's a give up the middle. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
The worst thing about
That's why he spent a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you drafted him.
Maybe 5,000 people had that.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They don't let you get no your own Fruit of the Loom's veins. So you worry about somebody else to handle.
He'll get the carry. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
He did have the touchdown run there, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
The whole system is set
They'll
up
try the air now with Herbert.
to lock you up, but you got to take
Here it's
accountability.
complete.
So you will let
They'll
go.
wind up getting just a yard. And third and 8 now.
Yeah, that's just facts.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first
Stop
down.
Stop doing crime.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert.
Give him a job.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they have.
You were the one that's trying to beat. They was trying to scare you straight.
Yeah, they was trying to scare me straight.
I thought you was.
They were trying to scare me straight, and it worked. Like I wasn't a trouble guy, right? It's just that I didn't get in trouble until I went to college. I had never been in trouble before in my life, and I just went down a path of self-destruction. But it's a legacy of Southern Council in New Jersey, when he was giving me my street name back then. She said, we're not giving you the street because of what you accomplished. She said, we're giving you the street because you got off track. And you got back on track to achieve your goal. She said, I want people to know that because you can mess up and still achieve. So as I'm reading through life, I know that my aunt lived at 22. She died of prostitute. If Malcolm Mitchell died as a youngster, he died of pimp or a drug dealer named Dirty Van. So I tell people to know that because you can.
And it's never
You can
easy
mess up
overcoming
and
multiple
still achieve.
defenders, but he sure
So
made
as I'm
it
reading
simple.
through
Found
life,
the right
I
spots
know
and
that
scored.
if my Angela would have died at 22, she died of prostitute.
The ball comes out, but this will
If
fortunately
Malcolm Mitchell
wind
died
up
as a
out of
youngster,
bounds.
he died of pimp or a drug dealer named Dirty Van. So that's in my stand-up as well. And I tell people, you don't have to start out great. You can start out great and mess up.
After that one, a very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points.
And have storytelling.
Chargers.
And I always say to people,
A
try to
24-yard
win, get a story to
touchdown.
tell.
And the
Don't think
Chargers
that
have taken the lead.
it's
The
over.
call is to go for one and
Because they
kick
go
the
to
extra
it.
point.
And you can win, and I'm an example of that.
What are your thoughts on Thane? What are your thoughts on Hollywood?
And he's got it. It's now a
That's a great question.
14-7 ball game.
I tell people don't take it
So that one
seriously.
a long 11-play
This ego
drive.
thing, they walk
And it
around
ends
like
with
it
the
has
Chargers getting
security.
into the end zone. The kick unit on here
People
for
thinking
the
that they're bigger
Chargers
than
as they will send
what they
this one
really
away.
are. Just because you got more money than
Here
another
comes
person.
a return from just beyond the goal line.
Looking down on people.
And the decision
It's
to
a
come out of the
horrible
end
thing.
zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
I think the goal, I've always told people, get the money.
Kansas City
Take
taking
care
the
of your
field for
family,
their
take care of
second
your loved
drive.
ones. Treat
As this
everybody.
offense comes back out here, Charles, they're
beautiful
trailing in
freedom,
this
yeah.
ball game.
Shaking
And they've been on the
hands, that's good.
sideline for
When
a
you
while.
become
They
an
did score their last
entertainer,
time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained
wrong.
drive, so we'll see
These
if they can
people
shake
made
the
you
rust off.
famous.
Yeah, and that's always a
In actuality, you work for them.
when you have to come off the bench after
They want
having
to
sat
pinch you.
there for a long
Carry
time.
you to
Are you
exhaust.
ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so,
Somebody wants
are you
an
mentally
autograph.
alert and ready to put your best product out there?
I remember
A
Saints
run by
Ritz Carlton.
Pacheco on second down.
No, not the Ritz
Only
Carlton.
able to
Got the
get
10.
2 here. Stopped at the 30.
the Phoenix Suns was in the same
Well done to
hotel.
sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
At the
I love that
hotel, the
description
kids
because
stand across the
diagnosed
street
was
in
perfect
the
on
cold.
that one. Read his
Get
keys,
autographs.
made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So the ball players come and walk right past him.
On the give, this is their fullback. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as the tackle made here
I'm
at the
like,
36.
these people out here, they made you. This best because they get no chance.
Isn't it? That's bread and
They
butter.
get more,
Turn around,
even
hand
if
it
you
to
sit
the
on the
big fella
bench.
and let him get forward for a first down.
Bucks.
They go play fake.
I
Mahomes.
don't play. I said, yo,
A
Sandy.
short one there to Fryerby. And getting this chest shot in midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Trust me, I always keep a crew. You may not see people with me,
Yeah.
But I'm one of those guys, I always have a crew on deck.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco.
Yeah, all I got to do is get out alive, and I got a crew on deck.
Back at the 48-yard line.
What do you learn about money?
Lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Gotta
They'll
respect
stay
it.
committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of
Respect
success
money.
just yet.
Looking
And I
at a
teach people
2nd
how to
and 11
invest. Now, I make a lot of
now.
money in the investment world, but not because I did
On
anything
play
smart.
action, it's
Well, I
Mahomes.
had to do something smart, but I didn't have a
complete
certain
to
strategy.
Justin Jefferson.
I just invested in everything.
So the completion results
Like I just
there
done
in
in one
9
company.
yards.
I put
And it's
money
going to bring up
in
3rd
about
and
20
2.
companies. Made a lot of money doing
They'll
that
come
way.
to the line,
And I
needing
tell
only
people,
2 yards to gain the first here.
No representative fidelity, they send you the stuff to represent you, so they can put your money in certain places, so they can take 3%. So I had a conversation. I said, so I bust my ass my whole life, and all my money over here. You decide what's best for me, and you take 3% of my money.
It's amazing how much advice
gotta be out
defensive
your
players get
damn
on 3rd
mind.
down. You hear the bench
I do
screaming
it
out,
I do it
watch the
myself.
draw,
So
watch
I
the
tell
screen,
people,
watch the
invest in
pass
stuff that
here.
you go to all the time.
Very rarely do they reference
You do
watching
it
the
with
fullback,
Chevron.
and he slipped through and picked up a first down.
Target.
Mahomes throw
One of my
complete
favorite
to
friends, I explained to her, I said, she spends $546 a month at Starbucks.
The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
And this is what I
Give them
told her.
credit for
This is
a good
strange. I
read
said,
right there because they read the man coverage on the right
It'd be
side
nice
and
if you
sent the
walked
tight
in
end a few
knowing they
steps
work
down
for
the
you.
field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice
Even if
game.
you just took half that money, and put it in stock, they work for you.
Man, that's
And in
caught
20
left sideline.
years,
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a
like I
full
had a
yard
thing I
shy of
did,
the 5.
I think I did on
Another
Thursday.
nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
$10,000. And people thought that women thought I meant get the guy $10,000.
And he gets
And I said,
halfway
see, that
there
never
from the
was
6
raised
to the
by
3 on a
hustlers.
gain of 3.
See, I came up with hustlers.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
My situation is right.
Now Mahomes
because you wanna
throwing on
get- you
2nd
wanna put
down.
her in
And
a
into the
position
Chiefs touchdown.
to be ready for the
A great
man
effort
she's supposed to be
there.
ready.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
Because most men
And
know
the
they have to
Chiefs
put
are
the
an
ball.
extra point away from evening this one up.
They want
And he
elevate.
wasn't blocking or running it there.
Goal is to
They
elevate.
tossed it
No
to
matter
him.
what
You
moment
remember
you
the
beat
good
to
old
death.
days when the
Elevate.
49ers were
Make
running
them
rush
better.
offense?
Make them asset.
They used their fullback
Exactly.
and pass
That's what
plays
you're
all
supposed
the
to do.
time.
So
Roger
I tell
Craig,
the
Tom
guys
Rathman, those
that
guys
if
were
I
terrific
raise
at
it
running those types of
10,000,
plays.
tells me
Extra
where you
point
are
by
in life.
Butker is on
So now
target.
we tell
And
us
we are
look,
tied at 14.
to respect you. They take your 10,000, put
This
it in
one
a
tied at
Stanley,
14 now as he sends this
and
one away.
compound interest and annuity. And in 20 years, your 10,000.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Because I want you to have
Herbert
your
going to
money
lead up the
right
Chargers
for the
here,
man you're
1st and
supposed to be
10
with.
at their
Because I don't know
25-yard
everybody.
line. They'll
What's your
start
worst
this
purchase?
drive out on the
What's
ground.
the worst thing TK spent his
And
money
he
on?
will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a
Before you
1-yard
became
loss. That's going to bring up
financially
2nd and
conscious,
11.
you had, in order for you to become financially conscious, you had to have made some mistakes.
It's a good question.
Now it's Herbert.
Yeah.
Firing quickly here,
I'm
and
not
that's
that concerned
complete.
too about
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across
I'm almost
midfield.
cheap.
That'll wind up a
But
gain of
I have a
27
rule,
on the
stay low
catch
key
and
and
run.
flex occasion.
That turned into a very well
So
orchestrated
that
play
rule
right
always
there.
kept
Gonna
me
work his way out the
conservative.
backfield to
And
the
the
right,
rule is,
and after he looked
the
it
more
in,
money I
he
got,
found plenty of space to roll
live
and
beneath
picked
my
up big
means.
yardage.
And this
Yeah,
is
people get money and they go
very lucky to get
beyond.
that back.
I go the opposite.
Picked. It's
The more money I
2nd
get,
down now.
I go under. Still living good. I live in a very conservative
One back in the
neighborhood.
backfield, he'll get the carry.
Those
And
people,
he gets this
mostly white.
inside the
I'm not saying white.
35-yard line.
If they know who I
Give
am,
him
they
15
know I'm
yards on that one.
very
And a Charger
strategically,
first
very
down.
quiet.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right
no
through
women
a
coming
tackle.
in out of my
He's
house.
able to lower center of
One thing
gravity
they probably
and
saw
turn his
different over the
legs
last
for a
20
really
years.
nice
I
pickup.
always had a brand new car every
Running
6,
game
7
working,
months.
they'll
Always
stick
did
with it on
something like
first
that,
down.
right?
And just
No,
no
not doing that.
chance of
No, not
turning
doing
the
that.
corner. He
So
can
I
only
got an
get
Aston
back to the
Martin, I got
line
a
of
Bentley.
scrimmage.
You know, I got
2nd
all
and
the
10
but I'm
coming
getting ready to
up.
get rid of them.
So they've been playing defense in this one. This one look good, and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to a
minivan.
I think I always wanted a minivan, dog.
To do what?
I just want to drive it.
Your kids, your grandkids?
Yeah, I just want to be in the minivan because I'm going to do my new podcast in LA in January. And my grandkids are in there. And I think maybe that's something that I was putting into the universe that I'm going to be with them so much. And I'm looking forward to hanging with my grandchildren. I'll probably get rid of those cars, and then I have to be honest, I might get a Ferrari, the big boy. But
the Chargers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10.
I've been looking at it, so let's see.
Here's Herbert.
Ain't been looking at it.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I've been there. I know what you mean. I just want to get to the Ferrari and the supply.
Have you ever had a Ferrari?
Yeah. Look how that because I love that. Because it's just the way it takes off. That thing just flows. You know, so,
you're just hoping to get something positive.
I'm just enjoying, man. I mean, what else can you do at this age? Right? You have sex, sip on your drink, you sip on Louis the 13th, you smoke cigars, you get manicures and pedicures, you stay out the way, you stay away from haters. Right? You gotta stay away from haters because you got a million people love you on the telephone.
That's it.
That's it.
You know what I wanted the way the brain is wired? Is that 10 million people can applaud you, but you'll always hear the one that be okay.
Isn't that something?
Well, I have to bring wireless.
I think we are drawn to negativity.
We are.
Just like you can have 1,000 beautiful comments, but you're respond to
that one hate. You don't respond to one in the A channel. We love Club Shit. We love TKO. We love this person. We love that person. Man, you should have asked them why you always being messy.
Yes. It's hilarious.
It is.
But that's how we are programmed. So true.
You stand up. Let's get to your stand up because that's what you kind of get your mind.
Now from the 1 back to the 4.
No.
They get 3 yards closer, but still
when you're a class clown, how did you even discover? Were you funny as a kid? Did you entertain your family? You entertain friends? How did you know you had this side of TK?
I wasn't a class clown. I was a hustler who turned the negative into positive. I got lucky doing stand-up. And when I did it, I was good. I was already starting as a businessman. So it goes back to the Eddie Murphy, Charlie Murphy situation.
Right.
So that happened in 1982.
Right.
In 1985, I started stand-up. And a guy named David Jones was Eddie Murphy's best friend. He still was my friend, even though that situation happened. And what people don't know, even in that situation, me and Charlie Murphy still was cool. And what Charlie told David Jones was that, because David didn't know he still should be my friend, because he was best friend with him. And Charlie said something right in front of him. He said, TK is your friend. That's your friend. That's your friend. Regardless of what happened,
about set to begin
that's
this
your
drive.
friend.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough
first
to
comedy
watch.
show
It's also
that I
tough
rented the venue,
because
because I was always a businessman, and I rented at this club called Carlos and Charlie's on Sunset
You need to score here,
Boulevard,
not just to follow the momentum from your
and
last
invited so
drive,
many
but
people
put the onus back
that
on
they
your
put the
opponent.
business side
And that's
of
what
it.
they're doing
Everybody
right now,
got to pay at the end of the day.
swapping
The
that
owners, they
back
care.
and forth.
I mean, to be invited.
St. Brown in
At the end of the
motion
day, you
right.
want the bill.
There's a fake
So
out of
everybody
jet sweep
paid
as he'll
whatever,
go
right?
instead
And I
with
think my profit was
Pacheco.
$2.
And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he'll
And I
take
gave
this up
David
to
a
about the
dollar.
33-yard
And I
line.
kept the dollar.
Even though they gave up more
And
than
that's
they
how I
wanted to
went
on
up to
that
the
play.
sunset.
It actually
And that's how come to
illustrates
this
how well
day,
they bottled them up
I
throughout the
have
game because
problems
that was
with
the
some clubs
longest
all the
run
time.
of
They
this
didn't know me good when I
contest.
went.
So
But
they'll come
I
up
used
first
to try
and
to
10
get
now from the
my
33.
Yeah.
Slot man
So
moves
some
right.
clubs
Now
do
they'll
it
fake the jet sweep
more
and
so
off
than
play
others,
action.
or they
Here's
negotiate
Mahomes.
with me. You know, or I get on their
There's
nerves and want to
Jefferson
talk
to
about
pull that in.
come back
But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Has someone ever rushed the stage
A
of you?
solid gain of 27.
I mean, do hecklers come and they try to, they try to get you off your game?
And able to make
No,
the grab
I never had
one-handed.
that problem. I had a
Very
problem with
nicely
a
done.
gentleman,
And for a
but he
nice
doesn't
chunk of
exist
yardage, too.
anymore. So
from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10.
What I've learned in life is I don't get other
now
people
Mahomes on the bootleg
to get them because they're not on my level.
It's St. Brown.
So what I've learned in life is not to even mention them so that you get them life. Because I worked hard to get to where you are, and I'm not going to put them in a position to win. It's something that went down on some
and the Chiefs are extra point away now from tying this ball game.
They're mixed into the universe.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are. This team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series.
Because everybody wants to be famous, right?
It only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And they will lie to get it.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and they'll come out to the 25-yard line.
I'll say anything.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
Your favorite comedians today. So let me ask you a question. What do you think the biggest difference is between comedians,
Your head better be on a swivel.
Eddie, Red Fox, Richard Pryor, Robin Harris, Bernie Mac, comedians of yesterday, and the comedians that we see today? What's the biggest difference?
I think the kids today got the fame first before they earned the reputation. But they're smart in 10, 15 years.
They can be done.
2 minutes to go.
They could be done and be done with it, but their talent would match the fame.
Right.
Whereas we had the fame first and not the money.
Jonathan Coachman
We
will
had to
have
go
all
in the
the
trenches
highlights
to
and
get it.
analysis of this first half
We
of
only had
play
Arsenal
from our studios
David
in Orlando.
What's the radio guys been around all the time?
Herbert on 3rd down now.
I was there. See, we had those shows.
Ridiculous, bro.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd
They
down
don't really have
conversion.
comedians on like that. You know, Johnny Carson used to have a night where he had comedians on. He give them 5 minutes to do their thing. If they're really good, he bring their ass to the couch and like, hey, that was such and such, and they go.
Across the 45
Shows up like that.
going out.
Not like that at all.
Give him 15
So
yards
those
on that one
things
and a Charger first
changed the
down.
game.
Well, it
But
appears that
it's
they
like
read
David
man
King
defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one as a receiver is got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
People think you should do this
This
and
will
do
leave him a
that.
yard short. Nice
30 years
pickup
ago,
of
the
9
Kardashians
yards
would
on
never
first
been on
down.
TV.
Just need
There's
a
no
yard here,
disrespect to
2nd
them, but I
and
saw
1.
the
Herbert throwing
mentality of
again.
the universe decline.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And
knew
this
he was in
play will
trouble
be
when
blown
Flavor Flav
up.
got
They'll
shot.
lose yardage back at the 38.
You ain't like Flavor Love?
It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play.
When I saw the women
Brings up
chasing this
3rd and 5 now.
through the show,
Now
like he was the
Herbert with it,
finest
looking to
dude
pass.
on the planet, and that was confusing.
And he hits him in stride.
So when I saw the
This
Flavor
will
Flav
not be
show,
enough. On
I
3rd and
knew
5,
then.
he only
It
gets
was a
3.
shout out to Flavor Flav.
The Chiefs now going to use the
Yeah, I
first of
knew.
their timeouts
Man.
as they stop
Say,
it here with
really?
just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
You got to fight with Robin Harris?
Didn't get to fight in it. We just didn't get along. It's just
Why you didn't get along?
well, it's like in football, you know,
Yeah.
somebody don't like basketball,
Chargers
so
will
a
bring
lot
up
of
the
people don't like Michael
field goal
Jordan.
unit now.
You know,
From the right edge, this from
I thought about that
50-40.
today. It's crazy. I love to be prepared. What I've learned in life is since he's deceased, I
And
can't
this one looks
discuss
good.
the
It is
situation.
right down the
He's independent.
With it, they'll take
So
the lead
we
at
just didn't get along. You know,
24-21.
just life. That's it.
What about Michael Blackson?
I love Michael Blackson. Me and Michael.
He just had a
So
kid.
they're able to end that
I know
drive
it's
with
old
3
ass.
points in this one
You know,
possession
shout out to
ball
Mike.
game.
He said he wasn't gonna have no kid. Me and Michael Blackson, we respect each other. Well, we never had a problem. He just thought that I wasn't making money, right? Because I always stayed quiet. And Blair asked me one time
Chiefs will go
how
back
much
on
I made.
offense here late in
Well,
this
I
first
don't know.
half.
I don't know when
And
people
within
start.
trailing, there
I'm
is
old
still
head. I
enough
think
time to
different.
try to string a few plays
The
together,
way we
maybe get the
came
field
up,
goal
no
range.
one's supposed to know
How much you made?
what you made.
Now on
They
first
do,
down.
boy. He coming.
Yeah, like when did they start advertising? So she signed a 5-year deal worth $122 million.
Way to start the drive.
people don't know you put an X on this man's back. Mahomes' back. That's dumb. So,
you know that he was already on their
everybody
radar.
thought we was mad at each other, but it wasn't bad. It's just that what I had said was something I told I get like 40-something show. But what he didn't understand is that my shows, most of my shows don't come from the comedy world. It's people who are still making money in the streets that book me for stuff. And because my crew loves me, or people who've been rocking me for 30 years, they're going to pay me what I want.
Right.
So I get it. I get my money different way than most comics, and I created my own plan. So, yeah, Michael Black. Shout out to Michael Black.
You mentioned that the Netflix, and it, obviously, look, now Netflix, it used to be HBO, Chappelle, Netflix, he did his thing, Chappelle has been unbelievable.
It is because just about any
Quake had a Netflix special.
Yes.
Cat had a Netflix special. So I guess that's the new HBO had a special. But I see Alice and Deep taking different routes. I see let's take a different route. RFJ took a different route. Yes. Are you okay if that Netflix special will come? Pivoted and said, okay, I got a YouTube channel.
I've been trying to wait for these guys. I'm on network. I promote stuff out. The thing that what happened to get me more popular was shows like yours, the Vlad TVs, the Breakfast Clubs. I knew in the 90s,
Mahomes to throw once more.
in order for me to get the recognition that I wanted, it was going to come from the younger generation. Didn't know about social media, didn't know about the internet. But podcasts and internet, social media changed my So now I'm more popular than I was. Even though I'm funny, I think I was funnier back then than I am now. But I'm more popular.
More eyeballs.
Yeah, I'm more popular now. So, with that said, now I can promote my shows even more. My stand-up. I was doing independent stuff way before most times. And
with 2 seconds remaining in the
making
second
decent
quarter.
money. You know, so what people need to understand, Netflix will pay you a certain amount of money,
So with
but
2
they
ticks
own
left here in the half,
you don't own the content.
It's done. Once they pay you, they own it.
So they keep running as long as they want to.
And that will do it for this first half.
I may not get
So thanks to the late field goal, we're all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman.
And how much money you make is how long you make
Halftime
money.
report. Coach.
And that's what
All right,
people
Brandon,
don't get.
and
You're
welcome
so
in everybody to
brainwashed.
our EA
Sometimes
Sports
you want to fight
halftime
everybody
report.
to prove to
Time for
them
a look
how they
around
wrong.
the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year.
Were you on
We'll get things
comedy?
started up at Ford
View?
Field in
I did
Detroit.
comedy.
And it's the Lions who hold on to the lead in that
I never
one.
did Def Jam.
The Lions trying to hold
Do
on
you
and claim
regret,
victory.
not being able to do Def Comedy yet?
From there,
No.
we'll have to check out
Def
another
Jam,
game. They have the
you
lead
got
in
Bob
that one over the
Sumner
visiting
and Tina
Indianapolis
Graham.
Colts.
They invented.
Kyron
They
Williams.
invented. It was based
with a
on my
touchdown
style
run.
of comedy.
Right.
Lastly,
And
let's get you to
I turned
MetLife
it down the
Stadium
first
to see
time.
what's happening with the Giants
Because I did a
at
special
home
called
in East Rutherford.
Mo
And
Funny.
they were winners in
Miles
that one as they
Bailey,
took care of the visiting Denver
Rich
Broncos.
Pryor. And it
Devin
was
Singletary,
an introduction
a
to the
touchdown
world
run
as the
in the
next voice
victory.
of stand-up comedy. But then I got another situation in crime with Russell Simmons.
Oh.
Yeah, so I had another situation after that. So
You
then
stayed in some issues.
I stayed in some shit. So then when I came back around
Thanks
to
as
do it,
always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number
yeah,
3.
we good.
Do you believe in gatekeepers? Are there gatekeepers out there? Because here she said,
Yeah, I think it is, but I never got caught. I never cared about it. I'm so deep independent. None of that exists to me. Because like I said, I got an M behind my name
And he
too.
brings us out past the 20
Most
to the
comics
24.
don't have it. I had to do something right. And I'm damn near 100-something years old. When I was on the show, we started with, I was 60-something, right? Yeah, we've been here so long. I'm aged a little bit. I think I'm 103.
Have you been jokes for comments?
When they do that,
No, we might, maybe once in a while we say something, we say you go ahead and keep that. But that's it. That's it. My style of comedy is really unique. It really is, you know. So I take pride in it. One of my friends here explained to me that Dave Chappelle was talking about me. And he said 2K Kirk goes, you're one of the best players out here because of my cadence. He said that I had a way of speaking and hypnotized people. And I think that was a great compliment. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. Gary told me that. Dave said that to him.
And someone that was
send a receiver in motion to the
yeah,
left.
someone that was stolen your joke.
I'm quite sure they have. I think it's the most pettiest, kitty shit that I've ever seen in my life. Somebody steal your shit unless it's a signature piece, right? Because especially African American, you may not have the same material, you might have the same time. Will Smith did smacking. Everybody had a joke about Will Smith. They just did it a different way, but it was the same topic. I think when I saw that, I thought it was petty. I thought it was nonsense, but I'm older than everybody, so I was like, let the kids play the game. I ain't got time to
big wide body of his.
Why do comments like
but it did what it was supposed to.
Because that person goes on in front of him is about to destroy the room. And that's why I had to always go last in my day. Because everybody knew that team came down.
Second and right at a yard.
If you ever talk to DL, Dockery again, these guys would definitely say to you, nobody wanted to politic.
Going right back to Akers.
Nobody.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
And that's fact. I mean, that's true.
7 yards there at first down.
I mean, is that the intention? Like, you're like, first of all, when you get booked for a show and then everything is settled, you know who's going to be on that show.
That's a great question. When you're young, you want to destroy the world. One of the things I tell young that you mean is listen to the different
here, and it's good for a first.
Whatever the discussions are, understand comedy accuracy. Don't talk about the same things that he might talk
You have a
about.
vision right now of everything
And
that
don't
was
burn the
discussed in
show.
the half. Just being torn in
Because
shreds or
if you
being
don't
erased
burn
off
the
of
show,
the Microsoft
that
Surface
comic
tablets
might keep
because
on rolling.
none of it is working.
Because
They're
you know,
really locked in
that's
on
how you
offense.
learn to eat. I was destroying everybody, so I had to find my own lane because nobody was going to take me on the front. So I sat down with David Wayans one day.
Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Too funny.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
This ain't happening. And I learned that, so I created my own lane. And over the years, my name was on the marquee.
Handoff now for Pacheco.
I try to teach comics about comedy IQ
as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
I want clean
They
comics
do get a yard
going
there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 moving.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive
Three
take a
people
little bit of the wind out of their
might
sails,
step
kind of
on
settle
certain
things
things I
down
might
a
talk
little bit.
about by the time I get on. And the example I'm going to give the world and you. It's like if we was watching a TV show right now. We had different actors.
St. Brown in motion
talk about a
right.
certain topic. We turn the channel.
Throwing is Mahomes on
Set
3rd.
different actors.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey.
It's like
Oh, look at the juke. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down.
Did you hear what the first person said? He said the same thing you just said. And people that comedians don't talk with each other before they go on stage. And they should talk.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes.
Because I don't want to talk about what you're doing. And that's how I always do my show.
Touchdown.
Stay a long time down below than anybody.
With their second
Did you
touchdown
know
of the
that
game
comedians had this kind of facility?
and the Chiefs have
Yes,
taken
Patty.
the lead as they
Which
go
don't
right
make any
down the
sense.
field and score.
That's like my mom stage to myself. It's truly bad. Because like I said, I came up with street guy. Most of the guys, they didn't have,
really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute
they didn't have
production on the
confidence.
field. His second
didn't have
touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking
They
at their
have a title.
defense to preserve that lead.
And comedy
Now
somewhat
after the touchdown,
gaining
here's
confidence.
Butker on to kick
They
it
was
away.
talking to women. I was pulling women since I was 11, right?
And he'll just
So
take
I
a seat
seen
in
it.
the
I seen it from the
driver
whip bar. I was
25-yard
watching.
line.
Seen them getting girlfriends, having babies.
Now we'll look at the Chargers
That's all
offense. They get ready for their
changed.
first possession
And
of the
they
second
take this
half.
thing.
Well, Charles, you and I
Nobody
said with
never had
intermission,
that until
feels
they
like
got
we're set up for a good
a little
second
name for
half. Well,
themselves.
the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom
You're not
line
in
is
touch with
they just
yourself.
saw the ball
You
go
don't
in
have
the
$2
end zone
in
against
the
their
bank.
defense, and they saw what good offense looks
don't have
like.
good credit.
They believe they've got a good
You're living
offense
off
as
a
well.
woman.
Run the best plays you've
Nut
got,
dog.
to the top
From a
performers
man's
you have,
perspective,
and
and
try to
I
move
pretty
that
much
ball
know
down the field
everybody's
for an answering
business.
score.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
When I say I pretty much know everybody's business, some of the women that these guys are married to, I probably dated them first.
Damn.
They probably still stay in touch with me. No, I'm not saying who they are.
I'm just saying that
Algier
you
will
pride.
try to
No,
pick it up.
just because I dated them before you, that doesn't make them. I'm not the bad guy. I fucked the person. What do you mean? Some of these guys is married.
No question
Yeah.
Because of what I taught the
Why not
girl.
go with the fresh legs?
Oh my goodness, TK.
What? That's just game. Some of these guys, and this is true. If you married and you know that girl dated me first, you let it in.
You don't know.
Good yardage there
they
on
know.
first down. Exactly what you
Maybe they don't know.
want. Get
I hope
yourself
they
set up
don't
to
know.
keep making first downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you start to milk the clock. No
I read you.
hurry.
I read you an athlete. What you football? I mean, you guys, you got nice size to yourself.
I was a track star.
Track.
Guess they don't have me rolling. Guess who I ran with?
Algier going straight ahead.
Man, we did research. I'm saying
and into chief territory.
you ran with Carl.
7 yards on
You
the
beat him.
pickup there.
No, we didn't run against each other.
Second and 3.
In New Jersey in the 70s.
Oh yeah, Carl. That's which one.
And as
We
this
was
drive
the
goes on,
hottest
we're seeing an offensive
track
line and
circuit.
running game imposing its will.
Here's
So we had
Herbert.
Carl Lewis, Butch Wolfolk
Yeah.
from Westfield. We had Ronaldo Skeets, Nehemiah. Remember them, right? You had Lee Brown, Guy Williams, TK Kirk. A lot of people don't know that I used to run track. I won the Melrose games at Madison Square Garden.
Did you?
1971.
So what you in 60 minutes? 60?
No, the Mario had to run somebody down.
You got him.
Got him. Mario
So that drives
Like just
7
at Melrose
plays in
games.
length. And it
So
winds up with a
I've
touchdown
had
for
and
Los
still have
Angeles.
an amazing life. That track thing,
I love. That's my favorite sport.
isn't that it? But it was my first thing to run.
Make it to the 25.
You know, some weeks I could.
That way they couldn't catch you when you did so bad.
That's right.
That'd be real bad. You a track athlete and the cops
Ready for their next
catch you with
drive.
all that gear on.
So I'm gonna tell you, so I got a crazy story. I did something at school.
Their
I guess
first
I played
possessions here in
school.
the third quarter,
And
so we're right
I
back to where
dropped
we
my
started
bag.
at
I couldn't
intermission.
catch
Yeah,
it,
how about that?
but I dropped my
Tied at the
bag,
half.
and my ID
Tied
was
after the
in
first 2 drives of the
And it
third
came to
quarter,
the
1
house.
for each. That
That's what I
tells
got
me
you.
that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play. And try
I
to
was
change
something
the
else. I
momentum of
told
this
you.
game.
Are you disappointed Tyreek and Noah Lyles in our
Might
race?
have gotten a yard up to
I'm
the 25.
disappointed. Yeah.
Well, it's time for them
Because
to become
Noah
teammates right
Lyles
here.
is a
What I mean
different
by
kind of
that
man.
is possess the ball for a
He
little
hating
while.
them. He
Get at
hating
least
them
2 first downs.
Yeah,
Give
and
the
I hate
defense
to
a chance
say
settle
this
down a
about
little bit after
him.
they give up the touchdown.
And I normally don't say this about him.
Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop.
Somebody need to
He
whoop
does
his
have the
ass.
first down. 9 yards on the pickup. Keeps it
Run
moving.
and get
Defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half
so
the
he
battle.
gets some guts.
They gotta get to it.
Because I'm disappointed how he moves as a
I
man.
don't like that. You can't get mad for something you don't have that somebody else do.
Yeah,
And you talk down on them, bro.
yeah, and all them dramatics and coming out before
This
you
one brought
run.
in by
I got a problem with that. It's just the hate. Well, this guy got to shoot, and I ain't got no shoot. I'm the most popular guy. They don't. I mean, you go back and study track and do. I ain't but a handful of guys talking that talk. Usain Bolt and probably Michael Johnson.
Yes.
I mean, people are not gonna just make a shoe cause you fast. People gonna make a shoe cause it'll sell.
Struggling over here.
People in
And the
the
only
Here's what
reason
you're saying
is
that people
supply
don't
when you
get.
hear about him passing a Dan
Yes.
Do
Marino,
you have a
makes you
personality?
step back and really take stock of his career,
Usain
and
Bolt.
you realize it's not
What is
just
it
about
about?
the numbers,
He's charged.
it's about the
Yeah.
accomplishments, it's about
And
the play.
he gives results.
How great has his career
He
been
wins.
to pass
Yeah.
Dan Marino?
At the end of
I'd
the
say
day,
pretty darn
good
great.
character.
On first down,
He says, let's take
McCaffrey.
football.
He works his way
And your
forward to pick
contract
up
is
4
up.
yards there.
They
Second
talk
down.
about, do you deserve
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the
If
big
your
guys up
character's
front,
not good,
they're a huge
these
reason
athletes,
why.
these people don't know
Now
this
they're reaping
world.
the benefits as
Yeah,
they
you got the
continue to
talent,
open big holes
but they
and gain nice
decide
yardage.
he can't handle that kind of money because they've been watching your character.
Another
And if
run
you,
with
your
McCaffrey on
character's not
second
right,
down.
you could
And
lose
he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22
because someone
yard.
is deciding,
That was
can
a
you
first down
handle
pickup of 8.
the money
But they're getting
they're
ready to
about to
work
give
now
you?
in prime
And
real
they
estate
don't
after
think you
that
can handle
last
it,
run.
they're
Found his
shorting you
spot.
20-something
Picked up
million.
nice yardage, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't have.
Got him
Look,
knocked
I
out the
understand
door
if
to
he
the
wants
red
the shoe,
zone.
he feels he's deserving. He's earned the right for a shoe. I ain't got no problem with that.
Yeah.
Complain. But don't talk about what somebody else has because you don't have it.
I totally agree.
That's the only problem I have.
And keep delivering. Be a man of your word.
And
If you're supposed to race Tyreek, train. Because we know you're the best. Tyreek can't beat you.
Right.
Who's the time score?
I think if they don't get them with the running.
That's
If they run a 40, I think Tyreek can beat him.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Sticking
Now,
his
they run 100,
elbows
he
in the
beat him
mess
100.
there, making
And
a
I'm quite
nice
sure
play
if he was smart, he'd
defensively.
run 100. Like I wanted to run Cat Williams.
Jefferson
And
going to go in motion right.
Yeah, no, he would. Cat called me on radio shows, right?
And
I
he'll
got
be
Cat.
close to a first down at the Chargers
But tell you what
14.
happened. You know when you're old, you think we still that 21-year-old kid. And when I saw Cat run, I said, I can beat Cat. That's the kid.
Yeah.
Every carry has done some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure
that
how
happened. I
many
just
guys are going to run
realized,
up and tackle him.
Well, the Chiefs are going to have
She was
first
talking
and
about
goal
the Cat.
coming up as they're able to convert there on third and two.
Yeah, no, I'm in good shape. But I know I ain't that fast. It's a difference, right? And Cat called me. I was doing a podcast. Shout out to Cat. And he said, "What's up, old man?"
To the ground on
He
first.
said, "What you want to do about that race you want to do?" And I said, "Cat, let me tell you something.
Chiefs touchdown.
I got to thinking.
Christian
So
McCaffrey.
you can have that because I got a feeling. I said, I feel young, but I know and that's that thing when you get older. You think that you're still as fast as you used to be, and you're not.
Maybe we're running here on first down.
I can't even, when I run across the street, you know when you're in shape, when you bounce.
Going for it.
Everything I do now, feel like I'm stomping in the ground.
Right here. What a great run.
It's just heavy. So you know what I mean, right? Yeah. Don't have that bounce to score.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
You had offered a critique of Cam. Have you had an opportunity to talk to Cam? Have y'all have an opportunity to discuss that?
No, I'm glad that you brought that up because let me say what I thought. I said something to Cam, and I'm going to apologize.
They'll
I'll tell you why.
bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
In life,
The
you see
offense for
people at a
Los
certain
Angeles
place in
returns to
their
the
life,
field.
and then they
As this
grow up,
offense
and they
takes the
become
field
better
again, it's been a
people.
while since
And I
they've been
saw
out there. We
him
just saw that
as
long
growth.
touchdown drive by the opposition. But
And
remember,
I'm
when
man
this
enough to
crew
say I
was
was
out here
wrong
last, Charles,
because I
they
saw
scored as
his
well.
growth.
And let's
Just
make
like
sure we give both
one time I said
offensive
Kevin
staff some
Hunt was
credit,
funny.
especially the offensive
And
coordinator.
Kevin
Because
Hunt's
we spoke
funny,
to both of
but
them,
what
and
I
the
didn't
lead
see
up
at
to
that
this game, they
time
both were really
was
confident in their
Kevin was
game
a young
plan.
kid.
They felt like they had scouted their opponents and focused on
Comedy
specific
is
areas of
based
practice this
on
week to make sure that they were ready to go.
and maturity.
It looks like they both did
All you them in this game, all you
Those game
experience.
plans can keep this streak of touchdowns going here.
And I saw
So a
that in
step in
Kevin.
the wrong direction. Now they'll
Kevin
look to
did
make
that
amends
whole
on
score.
2nd and 14.
The roast we're talking about.
Setting up the screen. Here's
I think I
Algier.
watched that show about
So
20
the screen good for
Yeah,
only 2.
because
Now it's third
Kevin-
down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in
And I
developing.
just truly
They shut that one
enjoyed
down with a
him.
little
Now,
game.
he grew up to be a young man. His timing was
On third
impeccable.
down, Herbert.
And I just saluted him. I watched that much. And I even love seeing him on the commercials. He was born to do those Citibank commercials. What's in your wallet?
Yeah.
Like, I love that, right?
Big man
Yeah, I thought that
interception.
was
You can always tell right when
So,
they get the football.
when
There's that
people give
level
an
of excitement
opinion,
and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with
what
this
I
thing?
learned from that is
And you
keep
said
it to yourself.
no better sight. Well,
Because
not
you're
for the
gonna leave
quarterback who
off.
just threw it. It's bad
Just
enough
like
to
if
throw a
someone would
pick,
have had an
but to throw
opinion
one
me
to the
years
big
ago,
guy. But
they're
you're
like,
right about
oh,
that.
he'll
Now
kill
what do I
you,
do with
yeah,
it?
but
But
you're a
what's fun
Trump
about
type
it
man.
is you know
And
they're
now
going to be in the
they,
film room
criminals.
after this ball game.
now they
telling
look
all
at
their
me now,
teammates,
you know.
maybe I should shift
So
over
you
to
do
offense.
evolve.
I've
Barry
got
White was
skills.
like
What do you
that.
think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for
Johnny
them after
Cash.
they intercept it.
All these people
Unfortunately,
were
here, he couldn't make it into the
probably
end
worse
zone.
than me.
Right.
Give
And
him
became
3 on
phenomenal.
first down. It'll set up a
You have
2nd
7
and
kids.
7.
An opportunity to get
You
a
caused
drive
a little
started here at the end of the third
stir. I think
quarter.
with the Breakfast
What
Club,
you're trying to
you
do
don't pay,
is break the
you
game
don't
down a
pay,
little bit.
you
Don't
didn't
let
pay
your
child
guys
No,
see
it was
too
the
deep
Breakfast Club
into
was
the
another
game,
show.
into the
No,
future,
yeah.
and say, oh, we got to get
And the girl was
no,
upset
right
with me
here,
about
right in
that.
front of
Yeah,
them.
and I
Dump the
explained to
clock
him, when you're a
down, get
man,
to the fourth
and
quarter,
you
try
deal
to keep
with women,
And try to keep that lead.
they don't care
I
about
said,
that.
you gotta let
Down, and that
No,
will
I
do
just
it
think that when you're a
for the third
man,
quarter of action.
the women that you mess
So
with,
they'll get
they
a
need
little
something.
extra time
You
to
take
go
care
with
of
this
it. You
third
take care of
down
it.
play
Because
as
I
we
wasn't
play
married.
3 quarters.
My
You're watching
my
the NFL
baby was a one night
on EA
stand.
Sports.
Huh?
Yeah, I didn't have
We're back
relationships
now in
with these kids'
KC.
moms. I saw you. We
It's the
hooked
Chiefs
up.
with a lead
You
and
can't
the
say that,
football
though,
here as we
TK.
get set
Why can't I
for
say that?
quarter
What kind of
number
kids?
4.
No, I told him. All the kids know.
You told him?
Yeah, I told him. I said,
You told him that you want one night stand?
Yeah, one night stand.
Damn, TK. Right. Let him have this dream that my mom and dad was in love.
And dad was smooth. Your father was smooth. I had this conversation with my kids already. This not like this. Not they how old are you? My youngest is 17.
The oldest is how?
3.
Gain and it keeps the drive moving.
So you had your last kid at 50?
Yeah.
You done now?
It's possible though.
What the hell you mean? This what happens tonight? Put man on the phone.
I don't know what's going to happen tonight, man.
Second and goal.
You know, I might have 3 left in me.
You 66.
Yeah, hey.
You got grandkids.
Yeah,
How you have grandkids older than your kids?
Let me tell you something. The old friends will go down tonight. No, I'm messing with you. I had to get you on that. Listen, to anybody think about having children, I want you to do me a favor. Get in your car and go to 3 daycares in your neighborhood and use that to stop you. Am I right or wrong?
And what's more important is
Forget
being able to
plan
take
B.
advantage when a turnover
Go
presents itself.
see
You gotta come
what
up
they
with points
charge
to make the other
at
guys
daycare.
fall. They're able to do so
And
here.
you
They've got a pretty good
will not
chance
have no
now of
children.
winning this football game.
Charge like $300 a week.
So that drives
More than that?
More than that?
What?
capped off for the Kansas City touchdown.
Shannon's like $3,000
A month for a kid?
a week.
Now after the touchdown,
Look at me,
here's
Shannon,
Butker
a week.
kicking away.
Watching Coca Miller in the crib.
That's my point. A week, Shannon.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chargers offense.
Your father
now
driving
back
the
out onto
35,
the
your
field.
brother murdered the
And we'll
35,
see
your
if they
brother
can
had
bounce
aneurysm.
back from that last drive in
Yeah,
particular.
tough.
They can bounce back at the
No, what I
quarterback
want to know,
position, Charles, after throwing their
the person
first
that works for you
interception of
that
the
find
ball
out
game.
information,
Yeah, some
we need to
guys,
put them
they're
with the
gonna want
government.
that big play right away.
Because they'll track anybody down, dog. Oh, my God.
My team, we great over here.
Yeah.
For the defense,
Point.
that goal's not
Yeah,
changing a bit. They want
I
to
was having false
You're
40.
exactly right about that. In fact,
So my
you
dad
gotta watch them a
drowned,
little bit
my
because in
mom died
coverage,
of cancer,
they may cut down
brother
their
got shot
gaps
by
a
the
little
police,
bit,
my younger
maybe
brother
their
died of
splits a
aneurysm.
little bit in order
So,
to try and get to the ball even faster.
That would tip to
That's like I'm always
a good
talking about
hands
life
there
and death.
I was
defensively.
about to
And
ask you
second
that, why you
down.
so appreciative of life, because you've seen so much.
I've seen so much that I've been burying people since I was 11.
Out of the gun,
And
Herbert.
that's what my pay for my own
He's
trade.
gonna
All my
leave this for his
friends
running
paid
back.
for
It's
already.
complete.
All that. I got everything done already.
And he'll
So
get
my
up
kids
to
don't
the
have to deal with all that.
43-yard line.
Because
Third and 2.
it takes a certain man to be prepared to know that you can get demise. And I know how much, like, there's no free room. There's no memorial
He's going to
service.
get that to his
Yeah,
running
no free,
back
no
out of the
memorial service.
backfield.
Anybody agree over
And he is going to have the
Wherever you
Chargers
are in the
first
world,
down as this defense
that day,
unable to hold. It's a
Just say T to
7-yard
the
gain there on
MFK,
third and 2.
keep it moving.
And in
And
a
now, the
two-score
reason why I
game,
do
obviously,
that,
every play, every third down, like
because
we
my
saw
family
there,
was dying.
magnified, big pickup.
Always, I know it's kind of weird. I always felt it was an
Really want, though,
inconvenience.
is to not even get the third down. They
Man,
got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
My
And
star
he's
asked my
corralled, but
mom, I
not
said,
before
"Mom, do I
getting
gotta
it
go?"
inside the
She's like,
35.
"Yeah, you gotta be there."
The Chargers passing game
So
rolling a bit
always
here.
about-
They've got another
always
first.
You on that grind.
Good yardage on the completion there. When
My
they look at
mother
the
used to always
scoreboard,
say,
they do
"That boy
understand
never lets
a
dust
field
get
goal
on
is not
his
going to do
feet."
him any good.
Because he's
Not yet.
always on the
They're going to
move.
press the ball
And
downfield
I
as
think
far
about
as
that every
possible.
day, and I thought it was a
Throw it
bad
into
thing.
the end zone and
My
get a
account
score
used to
because
say
they
that.
know they've got to get that done and get
Years
the ball
ago.
back as quickly
He
as
said, "No,
possible.
TK." I said, "What you
Back-to-back nice plays, 12
why
yards
you
that
think it's
time and a first
amazing?"
down.
He said, "Because you'll never get complacent." I live every day like it's my
Looking to
last.
throw. Herbert looking for his running back, and he's got him.
I love it when
Down
I sit
inside
around
the
smoking
15,
cigar,
shy of the 10.
walking mountains,
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
catching a plane to my apartment in Paris. I live this thing,
Well,
bro.
you usually gonna gloss over that, huh?
Yeah,
Play action this
being in
time for
Paris.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, because they don't get out.
And
I
this
get there
is
like 6 in the
caught. He's
morning.
got
I always lay at 6:30 in the
touchdown
morning.
LA.
I check into the door in my
A
apartment.
12-yard
I change
touchdown
clothes.
grab.
And
And
like
the Chargers
yeah,
have
you
made
used to
it a
right over there.
one-score
I go
game
sit in
again
there at
here
my
in the
cafe.
fourth.
And I watch
Now
the
the
cars
extra
go
point.
by. They know me, Mr. Kirkland. I have my cappuccino and croissant. And I just sit there and chill.
And that'll cut
And
the
I
lead
start
down
laughing.
to a touchdown.
Because I won.
So that was an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards.
One of my
And it ends
homies
with
was
the
like, because I was going to
Chargers getting into
Spain
the
that
end
week
zone.
too.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to give you some game. See, everybody I roll with is successful.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Because when you want big winners, it's the way it is.
Right.
When you mess with people who are not on your level, and you on my level,
the Chiefs
I got to change
offense
your
about
mindset
set to begin this drive. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down, now they're up with the football.
So whenever you hear someone doing a thing in the future, right, it's not a good thing because people have mentality.
Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try to protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive
in your 40 years
and keep them on their heels, they'll be
the best about you.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
I live by that every day.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this
I'm
lead
going to give you, I got a time machine, and I'm going to give TK the ability to go back and do something from his past differently.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
I thought about it all the
Another
time.
one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And they'll
And
get
you
him
can
down as
become
he's
that without the
inside
experience
the
that you
40.
experience right now.
I don't know because I've
Receptions
experienced
for
it.
him.
So I'm
That's
going to go
another
by
first
what's
down.
real, right? What's real is me sitting here with you and my achievements and what I've overcome
How about that?
and what I had to do to get over it. What I
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Once is enough.
Man, if I had to do it again,
They'll send Rice in
I don't know
motion.
if I can survive.
Play
But
action. Now it's Mahomes.
to see where I'm at today,
And that is
let's go. I know
incomplete here.
what I had to go through to get here.
Had them back on their heels,
To
but they
tell my
had a brief
story of
pause
Love Shay
by
Shay.
forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try
Yeah,
to mount a
and I
stand before
appreciate
they're
you.
backed up even further.
And to know what I've achieved.
2nd and 10.
It's a blessing, man. It's like winning the Super Bowl.
What advice would you like to give this next generation?
Now a draw
Be it
play
about
to McCaffrey.
business, be it about
Fighting his
health,
way down to
be it
about the
about anything.
35-yard line.
What
They'll
inroad,
get
what
only 3 there,
words
so it
of
leaves them with a
wisdom,
3rd and
knowledge
7
would you like to
ahead.
pass?
So 7 yards from the
Educate
first
yourself.
down here as they come up
Knowledge
to
is
the line
key.
of
But
scrimmage.
understand knowledge is a gift and a curse.
From the gun
Right?
on
Because the
3rd
more you know,
down,
the more you
Mahomes
dislike people.
being
Right?
chased out left.
Respect
And he'll
money.
be taken down, but he does have
Love
first down
yourself
yardage.
first.
It's a 9-yard gain, and
Better
it'll
than
keep the
everybody in this
drive
room.
moving. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the
When I
fourth
say
quarter.
everybody
Picking up
wants
the
to
first.
lifetime
You
say,
don't want to use it up early,
I
right?
can't wait
You
till I
want to make
grow
sure you
up.
save it for that exact
It's true.
moment,
One
that
of the
key
worst damn
time.
things you can
And
say
that's
in
what he
your
did, although you and I
We
both
all
know
know
it wasn't
that now.
planned that
Yeah,
way.
man, I can't
But
wait
what
to
a
get
nice
grown.
job
Yeah,
using
yeah.
his eyes, scanning the field,
Man,
and realizing when it was time to exit the
Am I
pocket.
right or wrong? Don't rush
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
to be an adult. Don't be rushing to have babies.
Don't rush to get old.
Don't
Now
rush to be
Mahomes.
old, man. Teach
Looking
people
left
to
side,
stop
he's
saying
got a
that.
man. That's Rice. He is taken
Because
down at the 21 after
even
a
though you
short
can
gain
handle
of
it,
2.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag
You
route.
take your
He
time
ran it a little shallower
really
than
enjoy
normal as
this
he
thing
worked
called
straight
life.
across the field.
It's
He was
so much
hoping he'd get
better.
lost behind the
Everybody
defensive
wanna
line.
rush.
But once he made the catch,
Having
nowhere
sex,
to turn upfield
babies,
and gain any
You
yardage.
don't have those
The offense
financial
on 3rd down,
means to take
as
care of
close
it.
to
You have the
automatic as you
proper
can get. 9
education,
out of
right?
10.
To get
This
a
will be
good
3rd and
job.
5.
And everybody suffers. Everybody suffers.
he's
And I
wrapped
tell
up.
people,
Take it
if you
down.
can,
Back
try
at the
it out.
25.
People think I'm crazy when I say this. Have kids when you're in your late 30s. And boys now at 27 years old, people are like, oh, you can do it. But then that's the
Well, this has been a
catch
pretty
and take.
sizable
It's
drive.
better
They've
than the
had some
kid being
success.
in poverty
Finally,
and
the defensive
struggling.
coordinator
People
found some
don't get
success
it.
of his own.
So
I
that's
think he just
the
simply
advice
said
I
enough
would
of that.
give.
Okay, let's move the
And
ball well. We need to
follow
force the issue
TK
from our end, and
Kirkland on
that's exactly what he
Instagram
did.
at TK Kirkland. That's the advice I would give.
So a big one
What about
coming
you?
now for Harrison Butker.
You got a YouTube
This
channel?
to make it
No,
a two-score
it's
game.
TK Kirkland podcast. Twitter is TK Kirkland as well. The YouTube, the podcast will be out in January. We raised you, right? We call it
Butker's
the
kick here
People's
is
Podcast,
good.
and I'm excited to do it. It'll be not doing this stuff with SoundCloud and Charlamagne the Guy. We couldn't do video at the time because I just wasn't going to stand still. Now, I'm getting ready to do this. I'm excited to do something a little different, and we'll see what happens with it. Because like I said, I'm going to give myself a 10-year run. But a 10-year run for me, I'll be almost 77 years old. God damn! We here, though.
Appreciate you, sir. Thank you, man. All right.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a first and 10
exactly.
at their own 25-yard
Flight attendant
line.
came and said, "Sir, you need to
Gives it to Algier to start
turn
things
it
off.
off." Dr. Dre
And we get this out
said,
just shy of the 30.
Helped launch careers in the entertainment business. He performed for sold-out crowds, a pioneering force in the world of comedy. Hip-hop's first nationally recognized comedian, a seasoned veteran with over 40 years in the entertainment business. He performed for sold-out crowds around the world with an unapologetic delivery. One of the most authentic voices in the industry. He's celebrated for his original storytelling, motivation, and advice. An underground legend, a versatile actor, prolific writer, multi-hyphenated businessman, and well-respected host. He helped launch careers of so many legends. The best-kept secret in America. T to the Mofo K. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. T.
Bro, that's how you introduce a motherfucker.
Man, it's a pleasure to have you on Club Shady, man. 40 years in the industry, man. We got to talk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bro, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate your time. I know you're busy. You got a lot going on. I see you all around. Appreciate you stopping by.
No, I really, this means a lot to me as well.
One-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner.
You know, I drink.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, go have me over here.
TK said you started your career and you opened up for so many NWA, Luda, Jay-Z, some of the biggest and brightest. So for you today to come here, we're going to open up with a very, very special performer. She flew herself all the way from Japan. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen. They open up for X, Y, and Z. But that's how, as I mentioned, you stick around, guys, because we're going to bring back 8 weeks to perform again, and you're going to learn more about the story. As I mentioned, you started your career, and I didn't know this was a thing until recently when I see a lot of young comedians when they say they open up for X, Y, and Z. But that's how you started your career. You opened up for NWA way back when?
Way back 1988. And I got my start. I wanted to start giving New Edition their start. I mean, their proper. Because New Edition, I toured with them first. And because I toured with New Edition, and I met Easy because Bobby had left New Edition, and Al Heyman was now the business manager for Floyd Mayweather, loved my style of comedy. And he booked me to host a show with Bobby Brown, Albie Shore, Tina Marie, and Keith Sweat at the LA Forum in Los Angeles. Turned it out, but during intermission, a DJ played a cassette of a local rap group. Me being the kind of guy I am, I need to know who these people were. Right. So Bobby was next to me. He told me where they were. He saw them in the audience. I walked up the stage. I walked up to this young man. And I told him my name was T to the MFK. He said I was Easy MFB. And Easy, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube all came to see me perform at the Comedy Store. Right. A week later, Easy said, "Yo, let's go." And I went on my first national tour straight out of the country.
So you started with New Edition. Then you met NWA. And then they put you on, and they kind of got you started.
And then that's what took me to everybody else. And I always had that same formula, right? So that formula took me to writing comedy skits on albums. Then I was rocking with Too Short. Then I was rocking with Luke in Miami. Okay. I was rocking with Jay-Z. I was rocking with Lloyd. I did Players Diary. I did Timbaland's first album. Gwen Stefani, right? So I did everybody's stuff. So I always kept quiet because nobody knew my path of my career. So I always just stayed low key and all that because I come from a different era than comedians today. Because I was in the streets as well. So my OGs, we had a certain style of communication. We don't say nothing. Even back in the day, the way we take pictures now, we get beat up back in the day. If you took somebody's picture, they didn't authorize it. But now everybody takes a picture. But we didn't want to be in the spotlight, right? But because of the business of it, I have to be on
I think you continue to do so.
which I kind of hate. I have to do it.
When you're independent, you got to sell yourself.
I got to sell myself. Get it right in there. But there's going to be a day that's coming soon where there's no more text messages. There's no more videos. I'm just going to stop.
Man, what's the next step? What's the progression?
Well, the thing is, I just want to continue traveling the way I do. I think I've saved up enough financial security to take me into when my time is over, right? I just want to enjoy. I got grandkids. You understand? You get there, right? I mean, we work so hard, and it's only so many damn jokes you can say.
Right.
Even though, and I'm going to tell my fans, even though I love when they come to see me perform, I love getting ready. It's like I told you, I was getting ready for you 3 years ago. I was preparing for you 3 years ago. So my team was like, TK, I can't wait for you to do Shea Club, Shay. I said, don't worry about it. It's going to come. I promise you it's going to come. So when I got the call, I thought it was fake because somebody had sent me a fake email telling it was you. And they was like, oh, we went to the club. Shannon's a big fan of you, but they didn't have the phone number. They did it twice. So when your guy Dave, so when Dave reached out to me, he had the phone number there. I knew it was official. So when I called, he said, man, Shannon, you know, they got that. I said, boom, it was set. So we supposed to have done it a month from now, but I got to do Boston, Massachusetts. So when I said, yo, let's do it earlier, everybody said it was okay. And boom, here we are.
You mentioned that you opened up for a lot of rappers. Is it common now for comedians to open up for rappers now, or was a thing of the past?
It was a thing of the past. I don't think the one thing I know for sure, you had to have a gift to open up for a rapper. See, Leo Cohen said the best thing. I was opening up. It was the Rough Riders, Cash Money Millionaires. We was doing the show in New York. It was packed 18,000 people. And I'm turning it out. So Leo Cohen said, TK, a lot of people don't know you have the most important job because you have to control the climate. You decide it right. And I always kept them entertained. And that's what always kept me going. And that's one thing I can say for sure that will solidify my position because most comedians don't have comedy IQ like you guys in football. Who was the great quarterbacks? Who's the great quarterbacks? You watch film to know when you play a team, who's that guy? And our business comedians don't do their homework. They don't have what I call comedy IQ.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
It. So comedy IQ is knowing your history, right? A lot of people think Russell Simmons started black.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
Crenshaw, a place called the Regency West. The Regency West, the reason why he rented out the hall because he had the best stand-up comedian prior to Mr. Mike Robin Harris. But this is before they would let us in the improv. See, comedians think that's easy now for them to get in there. It wasn't. I'm not saying they disliked us, but we the only people that's popular back then was Richard Pryor or Mooney. Because it's so many more comedians today, it's insane. But back then it was only a few black comics. So we had to get our own venue. And once that took off, it started spreading to Chicago, started spreading to Miami. Then Bob Sumner and Tina Graham, Russell Simmons, started Def Jam. Now, what they did with Def Jam...
So you think that's why they gave Russell get so much credit because he started Def Comedy?
Yeah, because people don't know the history.
And it kind of blew up.
So he's going to get the credit. And the rest is history. But by Def Jam starting is what got everybody into the improv. into the funny bone. And that's
ready
what
to take
always tell
over.
comedians if you
Where
can.
we stand right now in the
Always
fourth
try
quarter,
to
this one
work
pretty much out of
at a
reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about
comedy
several
club.
things
At least
with this
2-3
ball
times
game,
a year
but the
to
self-inflicted
get
wounds,
our
they've had
people,
several
our black
turnovers.
owners,
You have to think that's going to be
because we
something
make
they're going to
everybody else
discuss
rich,
heavily in the film
and we don't
section
take
in
the
the coming
time
days.
to look out for our own people. And that's so important to me because I remember when we only get $20
and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally,
see, I go way
I
back
think a lot of
there.
the guys
So
already
comedians
start
are
to
making a
think
lot of
about,
money
okay, how
now.
do we put this behind us and get better for
But
the
if
next
they do
time
the
out?
comedy IQ, they do
They'll
the
use as
history.
motivation for the
They will say, yo, it's my duty
And now this ball
to
picked
give
up
back.
by the offense. But
And
here
that's
in the
what's
final
important. That's
2
what's
minutes of
missing.
the game, this
Do
is
you,
all dead.
were you the first comedian to open up a rap? Was there somebody?
Yes, there was somebody before me. And anybody can say that. Nobody. If you wasn't doing comedy in 1985, which most of them wasn't, you wasn't before me. I started in 1985 and 1980. I was on tour with WWA.
So what was your wildest experience being on the road with them?
Complete
I
domination
can tell you
on
that it was
both
easy.
sides of the football here in this one.
Our first day going to
Indianapolis. Each
Indianapolis.
other all the time. You go to each other in practice.
This is for
obviously, your
headphones. So
training camps,
Dr.
your
Dre was on the
off-season.
plane
But on game
with the
day,
boombox.
you
And he was
both want to
playing
show
loud
your
on the
best.
plane.
And I think
Damn,
that's what we
exactly.
saw from both the offense
Flight
and the
attendant
defense.
came and
A
said,
complete
sir, you
team
need to
victory.
turn that off.
So for
Dr.
Kansas
Dre
City, it's an
said,
ideal start as they move to
the second
3-0
said,
now on the young season.
So
And they
nobody
will
thought
hit the
anything.
road
Next thing you heard
week
the
to
pilot
take on
say,
Washington.
we're making an
Meanwhile,
emergency
for the
landing.
Chargers, the early struggles
They
continue
dropped
as they'll
our
sink to
asses.
0-3. And they will
Where
try
they
to get
drop y'all
back in the
at?
swing
In
of things
Arizona.
next week on
Damn,
the
y'all hadn't
road.
even made it halfway.
Not even halfway. They dropped us
That'll do
off.
it
But
for
Easy was
us.
so
For
rich,
Charles
he bought
Davis and
tickets
all our
and
hardworking
put us on another
crew,
plane.
I'm Brandon
And we
Gaudin.
left.
You've been watching
But
the
yeah,
NFL
that's the crazy
on EA
experience
Sports. For
I had.
more, find us on Twitter
Is it
at
true
EA
that
Madden
Ren slept with your old lady?
NFL.
Yeah, that's so true.
The
Hold on.
Chiefs
It was
victorious
reported
here
that you
as
took
we
a
say
shopping, had a
so
knife
long
for
from
Ren.
Kansas
Yo,
City.
that's so funny. Y'all been doing your homework. Shout out to Ren. But he taught me the game. You know, because I was always been a player.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, I flew the girl in, and I'll never get the road manager's like, no, TK, liability, you can't
Yeah.
bring her. I'm like, no, we can do it. He didn't care. So we go shopping, we hanging out. So because I'm the MC,
Right.
I got to be there first.
Yeah.
So
So you left her back at the hotel?
I left her at the hotel.
Oh.
So it's 6 o'clock, 7, it's 8. I think she probably got there around 8. So we do the concert, nothing happen. I see her. We do that.
Hey, how you doing, man? Girl, good to see you.
2 o'clock in the morning, I get this knock on the door. Boom, 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 boom. It's easy. He says, come out, baby. Come here. I come out. He said, Ren had sex with your girl.
Huh?
And then he fell out on the floor in the hallway and rolled. Easy was funny. He was funny. He rolled down the hallway in laughter. But because of my mindset, I had to go get my stuff, for her stuff, put it in the bag, and I threw out the hotel.
Dang.
Yeah, that was my first lesson of being a player but getting played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you and Ren have a conversation about that?
We see each other. We don't bring it up. We just laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see each other. And I'm quite sure he sees the interviews over the years. It is what it is, you know? It was a valuable lesson.
Was that the only time you had a young lady taken from you?
Well, she wasn't my woman.
Yeah, but she figured, I mean, you brought her there.
Yeah.
Took a shopping.
Yeah.
Got a nice outfit.
Yeah.
For
So
real to take apart.
I think that's the only time. Yeah. But that's why it's glad you brought this up. Because men today will shoot somebody now.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Or kill the girl or kill themselves.
Yeah.
And what I want men to understand, since Shannon brought this up, it's a great segue into this. Learn to control your emotions. Because you guys get so upset that you want to kill someone and risk your whole life over one woman when it's a billion people out there. And I want men to... I know it hurts. We know it hurts.
For sure.
It hurts.
Especially if you invested in her.
Yeah.
You know, the more time you invest, the more, if you invest money, you invest time, you invest energy. It's just like anything. Like when you're an athlete and you invest all the training, all the eating right, the denying yourself, going on vacation, denying a lot of things. And so when it doesn't work out in your favor, it hurts you.
It hurts.
And sometimes you see athletes cry, you're like, man, what? Man, it's just a game. No, it's not.
No.
Because you don't understand what I invested in order to win this game.
Yes,
and so anytime you invest time, energy, effort into something that doesn't go your way, it hurts. You invest time, you invest whatever the case may be, your love, your attention into an individual, and it doesn't go your way, it hurt. And it should, because the more invested you are, the more it should hurt.
Yes, but control your ego. Because your ego, your ego is what's hurting, right? Can't believe she did that to me.
I'm me.
Right. And then you lose your life. And gentlemen and ladies, hold tight, because there will be a better tomorrow. And that's important for us to say that to the world, because they crashing out here.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yes.
You can't even compliment a woman on tattoos or compliment her. It leads to a fight or killing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You open up for Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Nelly, Outkast, Luda, Cash Money, Rough Riders, DMX. What's your favorite story? Give me a couple of your favorite stories from opening up from, because, bro, I mean, you talk about heavyweights, Jay, Lil Wayne, because you talk about top 5, top 10 rappers.
Easy.
There's not a whole lot of lists that won't have Hov, Wayne, M on that list.
Yes, I totally agree. We'll start with Lil Wayne first. I was rocking with Lil Wayne when we were 16. So I was like a big uncle to him.
Right.
And he loved me to death. And we just truly enjoyed each other. Baby showed me how money didn't matter. When he first got his $30 million deal, me and a man named Ron Bird. Ron Bird is the person that introduced me to Cash Money.
Okay.
So me and another gentleman, we hanging with Baby and them the night that we was doing a concert in New Orleans.
Right.
And Baby took the whole community shopping. We was on Canal Street shopping for everybody. But then he stopped at a Bentley dealership. He bought 5 Bentleys at one time. This is in the 90s. This is 1999, 1998.
Wow.
When Bentleys wasn't even out like that. And I was telling my man, don't look at him, because probably he's going to get us a Bentley. You know, he has people just don't care, and you don't want to make eye contact with him, so maybe you look the other way. He might say, I thought that was going to happen, I ain't going to lie. But it didn't happen. But we didn't get the Bentley. But Baby was something else. And still a great gentleman to this day. Jay-Z, what I liked about Jay-Z, shout out to Jay, I hired him first for my birthday party.
Yeah, your 35th.
35th birthday party. He came, he was late. I didn't want him to go on. And my crew that I was working with, Eric Von Zip, Frankie B, Haitian Jack, I rolled with some real powerful people back in the day. And they said, nah, T, I'm going. I was being a little egotistical. You know, because they would make coat fly.
Yeah. And he showed up late like, nah, you ain't going to show up late to my party. Right. About to grace the stage.
Exactly. That's exactly how it was. But my crew got in my ear and said, let him go on. He turned it out.
Yeah.
He turned it out. And him, Damon Dash, all of them was there. And the love came when he blew up. He took me on the Hard Knock Life Tour.
Wow.
So we rocking the Hard Knock Life Tour, and that's how I met with Cash Money. And it was just a great moment. Timbaland, what I liked about Timbaland, I knew his father.
Okay.
And Timbaland was just getting ready to come out. And I was doing interludes on everybody's album, from the Loonies to Luke to everybody. And Timbaland just showed mad love and respect. And he just wanted him, Missy Elliott. He truly just loved what I was doing. And I just loved it. So, I mean, it's good. I love your questions, because this is giving the comedians who's going to watch this education on the history of comedy, which is very important.
Right. Help me understand this. Ray Daniels, he's in the industry, and he says he's kind of lost some respect for Hov, because Hov